Hi folks, it's James and Sean here from the Garbutt+Dumas real estate team, and today we're giving you a market update because April is here. The market typically picks up this time of the year. It's still a bit slow though, but it is time to let you know what's going on and what we're seeing. So the big thing that I will mention is I got this little headline yesterday from the real estate board that the number of sales going through is at the lowest it's been in 33 years, which isn't that surprising. It's been slow. But personally, I'm not convinced that this is a crash that's going to get worse. I think we've been through it. I think we're in the worst of it for some of the place.
Yep.
And I think seasonality is going to play a role here over the next couple months. And I think we're going to start seeing things pick up. Whether I'm right or wrong, time will tell. Anyway, let's talk about prices for a moment. Vancouver real estate's been hot for a number of years. And we are not at peak pricing anymore. Everything has come off a little bit and been adjusted. So for what we're seeing in the markets we work in, let's call it Vancouver to Tri-Cities, Burnaby, New West, and North Shore, the more desirable condos that are, say, more affordable, even if it's a $500,000 one bedroom or $600,000 one bedroom, what's considered more affordable in these markets is probably the most resilient product out there. It's been hit about 5 to 10%. There still is demand for these condos. People want to own homes and there are more buyers for them, but they have been adjusted a bit. They're not experiencing the bidding wars, the subject-free offers, and some good product is sitting on the market for longer than expected.
Yep.
The mediocre condos, maybe it's more expensive or maybe it's more cookie cutter and less rare, they're hit a little bit more. Let's call it 10%, maybe 15%. And I'm sure there are examples of luxury condos or ones facing busy roads that are above that. But the mediocre condos are about the, let's call it the 10 to 15% range off of peak pricing from last spring of 2018 or arguably spring of 2017. For houses, the good houses, and by good houses, let's call it the more affordable houses on desirable streets that have layouts that cater to most family buyers. And in the suburb markets that I'm talking about, let's call it, for simplicity, under 1.5. These homes have been hit about 10 to 15% from the peak pricing of last year or summer 2017. But the luxury market and the land value market is a different story. And let's talk about that, Sean.
That is one of the biggest moving products we used to have. Now we're noticing that those prices have come down anywhere from 20 to 30+%. We've had some homes over 3 million that go for about 2.5, maybe even 2. In Burnaby, we used to have the 2.5 million homes. Those are selling closer to the 2.2, maybe even 2 million range. And places in New Westminster were selling for 1.6, maybe selling for around 1.3 now.
Yeah, I'm seeing the same. And one of the big things that I have seen is that there's way more listings for high-end products than there are sales going through. And the sales that I've seen go through, particularly like Burnaby or West Vancouver, where there's just a lot of luxury homes for available, a lot of them have sold well below their list price. Now, keep in mind, list price doesn't mean anything, but I will say there are some motivated sellers out there, and the ones that are motivated have taken a haircut in their negotiation to get it sold. It's hard to price properties, and we're finding it right now, everyone's guessing a bit. It's hard to price properties exact, or with confidence in this market, because there's not a lot of data, and there's a lot of discrepancies and inconsistencies. Some sales that we see go through are selling at a price that's higher than we expected, and other sales are absolutely getting hammered. So what do you do in this market? It is April, and it's time for us to give you some recommendations. So I'm going to start by saying, if you're a buyer and you can buy, it's a great time to buy. Buy. But the advantage of buying now, let's call it, if you are buying your own home and you want to live there, the advantage right now is that you have great selection. This is the time of year we're going to have the most choice. I would say, would you agree condo market is a bit oversaturated right now?
It's usually oversaturated.
Yeah. And in terms of finding a place and doing a proper buyer tour where you see multiple places and can negotiate with subjects, do you think you can get that done now?
You can definitely get that done now. Yeah.
You couldn't last year. You couldn't the year before.
You didn't have a chance.
When the market was hot, it's subject-free bidding wars. Now you have time and better selection. So if you're looking to buy, now's a great time. If you own a property, the question is, are you willing to accept a realistic price for your property to buy another one? So if you own a property and you're looking to upsize, now is a great time to upsize. If your condo has been hit 10% and you're trying to go after a house, that house has probably been hit 15 to 20%. And personally, I'm a big believer in land. So I'd like to think that now is a great time to get out of that strata and get into a detached home. But in general, if you are just in a position where you need to make a lifestyle change, the buy side is great from a perspective that you're going to have more selection.
Yep, and if you're on that couch, good time is to buy now. I mean, what we're noticing is that a lot of the lower end market is moving quite quickly, which means if you bought that one bedroom condo,
Sorry, the good stuff in the lower end market.
the good stuff. Yeah. So that means great placement inside of the building, great views, all that stuff. If you bought it about 5 years ago, right now is the best time to get rid of it and upsize, because all the prices have come down a bit for those next purchases.
So the advice for buyers, buy. For sellers, don't waste your time if you're not motivated. I mean, you can waste your time, I mean, if you want to, but you're just oversaturating the market. We're seeing a lot of sellers priced at yesterday's prices, and they are just sitting there. So sellers, if you're not motivated to sell and you think you're going to get lucky in your sale price, it's not going to happen. You're going to build up days on market. If you want to take a chance at it and you want yesterday's prices, then my best guess is to wait till May or June, and you're still probably not going to have success. But I think the market will be a little bit better next month and the month after. Sean, where are the best deals? And by best deals, I mean, where are you going to get the most upside potential when this market rebounds?
The most upside potential is always Vancouver. Vancouver West has a lot of great deals for land value, for luxury, you name it. It has both ends of the spectrum. And the prices have come down quite a bit. That if you were to buy out there, build there, hold there, even rent there, you'd be making tons of money. So I think Vancouver West is the best place for the best deal.
Cool. Okay. Do you want to highlight any sort of price points or property types?
We're getting a lot of good price points around the 2.2 to 2.6 range that have come down quite a bit. They've taken a haircut for sure from around the 3.3 range. So I mean, you're saving maybe $300,000 to $500,000 from what it was 2 to 3 years ago. And when the market rebounds, you're going to be making that money back.
Yeah. Absolutely. There are deals everywhere. In terms of affordability, New Westminster, Port Moody, they've proven to be a little bit more resilient for suburb markets. There's some hot spots in Coquitlam, hot spots in North Vancouver as well. Every area is doing something different. There's not enough wealthy West Vanners. They're getting hammered. Wealthy Burnaby homeowners, they're getting hammered. Yep. But the market's crazy. It's doing different things. If you want to hunt for deals, Sean is a great deal hunter on our team, and we would love to help you. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed our market update. Thanks for watching.
Cheers.
Cheers.